Toastmasters, honored guest, good morning. Have you ever woke up under a car? I have. 3 different times. Studies have shown that 99% of all people will never, ever wake up under a car. This makes me feel very warm and special. Have you ever done something so embarrassing that you hope that no one is watching? Well, try waking up and all that you see is a tailpipe and the warm, lovely scent of unleaded gas. Believe me, all I wanted to do was to act polished and professional as I extricated myself with a shimmy from over here and a shimmy over here from the low, dirty ground. It was not a pretty sight. I said to myself, as I lifted myself and stood up and gained freedom, I actually dusted myself off. And I looked around, and thankfully, no one was around. I said to myself, John, one of these days, this is going to make a great speech. But slowly, I gained self-awareness. It reminded me of the realization I once felt after I volunteered for a blindfolded kissing contest that I only involved chimpanzees. This is not a good way to live. John, is this the way to go? What could be next? And I said to myself, no, this is not the way to live. What could be next? One morning you wake up underneath the car, spending there morning and night. What could be next? Could I be waking up one morning on a Ferris wheel smattered with melted chocolate and cotton candy? That is not right. This is not my chosen path. But what can I do to stop this life of living with bad sleep habits? I can read a book. I can go to a lecture. I can go to a movie. Maybe I could meditate. I could ride a horse. But before I answer that question, I need to change my car oil. So, as I'm walking towards my car, I ran into a good friend of mine, Kevin. And Kevin said, boy, I had such a crazy night last night. I said, really? Well, I went to bed early and read a book, I said, as I went knowingly. He asked me then, have you ever seen the movie The Wizard of Oz? And I thought that was a really strange question. But said, yes, I do. He said, do you remember when the Wicked Witch of the East died when Dorothy's house fell on her? I said, yes. That was one of my favorite parts, along with the flying monkeys. And he said, you know what? Early this morning, I went past the car, and I saw this feet sticking out, very similar to the Wicked Witch of the East in the movie. And the feet didn't move for over 10 minutes. And he asked me, what would you do if that ever happened to you? Ladies and gentlemen, live a happy life and be curious. But remember, 99% of all people will never, ever wake up underneath a car. Please, please Don't be a one percenter like me.